you guys do very uniquely from all the other consumer internet. So, for example, because you and Joe are designers, you have an attention to design that's much more intense.
Even my socks, if you notice.
Yes, exactly. But you have this concept of 7-star design?
Yep. So, the concept goes as follows. On the internet, especially most marketplace businesses, the kind of paradigm is 5 stars, right? So a YouTube video, Airbnb or Uber or whatever, it's 5 stars. And the problem with 5 stars is 5 stars, like the only reason you would leave less than 5 stars is because it was horrible. So like if you rate like an Uber ride like 4 stars, like your life might have been in danger, right? And so like in other words, the bar to do 5 stars is really low. On Airbnb, the bar is like people actually do leave 4 and 3-star reviews, but our goal wasn't to get to a 5-star because a 5-star might have been nice enough for other people to book it, but we wanted to build a product where it was you loved it so much you would tell everyone about it, and it would have a meaningful impact on your life. And we believe that travel has the impact to transform your life. Like I've taken trips and I've met people where it has an impact on your life, and we wanted to have that. And so we thought, what if you booked an Airbnb and we sold you a product and you didn't leave 5 stars, but you emailed the company asking for a 6-star because the product was so good you had to almost go above and beyond. And so we imagined, when we design products, we imagine, okay, this is what customers expect. They expect to have a 5-star experience. And then we basically ask the intellectual question. So let's take airport pickup, for example. What's a 5-star like check-in experience on Airbnb? The 5-star check-in experience is they give you the address, you get to the house, you knock on the door, and they're there. And they're open the door and they let you in the house. And that's 5-star. And anything worse than that, you start to leave like 4 stars as you call them. They're like 5 minutes away, and you'll probably leave a 4-star. And like 1 star is obviously like they never showed up. So the bar is kind of low, like you knock on the door and they open the door. That's a really low bar. So we ask, well, what's a 6-star? Well, a 6-star is they probably pick you up at the airport. So you don't knock on their door, they actually pick you up at the airport. So what's a 7-star review? You can actually play, it's kind of fun. Well, 7 stars, they don't pick you at the airport, they send a limousine, and you open the limousine door, and they know that you like, I don't know, Pringles. That was a weird example. This is like improv, so we're rolling with it. So there's Pringles there, and there's like coconut water, and they know you are into surfing, and there's some surfing magazine, even though you're in San Francisco, you're not gonna surf, that's fine. And so that's a 7-star. So what's an 8-star pickup? Well, an 8-star check-in is, there's a you get to the airport and they're like we're coming, and they're like, where are you? And all of a sudden you see like a giant elephant, and an elephant is walking by the gate, the terminal, and there's a parade in your honor, and you get on top of the elephant and you are paraded away. And you said, well, what's a 9-star check-in? If that's an 8-star check-in, how do we get to 9 stars? A 9-star check-in is you get off the plane. And you don't even, the moment you step off the plane, there are 5,000 screaming 13-year-old women and boys, and they're holding signs. I call it the Beatles check-in. It's the Beatles in 1964 coming to America, and they're just cheering for you, screaming for you, and they follow you, and they do a press conference in the front yard of your Airbnb. And so then what's a 10-star check-in? Well, I can go to 30, but I won't, because it'll be a long day. And the 10-star is you get to the airport, and there's a little card, and it's got your name on it, and you're like, great, there's my ride, but you realize the person dressed in the limo suit is Elon Musk, and he just takes you to space. And so I've exaggerated to make a point. Usually we don't go all the way to 10, but the whole point is that like, if what you need to do is just find 100 people that love you, then it's very easy to take for granted that the 5-star is what people expect. But to build something people love, you almost need to do something more than they expect. And so, like, every moment is an opportunity to do something slightly more than people expect. And we play this out, you go to like all the way to 10. Okay, now we're not gonna do all that, but maybe suddenly 6 stars doesn't seem so bad. Like now we should have a service, airport pickup or something like that. And so we do this about almost every frame of the experience. And this also can apply to almost anything, office design or like how you hire people. Like, we storyboard end to end the interviewing experience.
I think one other thing in your 7-star design principle that you haven't yet captured, which is really important, is it's not just the web page. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
just the mobile app.
Yes. Yeah, I think one time I told somebody about our product. In fact, there's a person who works for an executive at Disney. I'm like, yeah, we have a product team. And he thought, a product? He said, product, do you mean like the house? And at Airbnb, we've historically called the product like the website and the applications, the technology. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. See, at Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg calls the product the website or the app. But technically speaking, the product is whatever the customer's buying. The customers are not buying our website, and they're not buying our application. That's just a storefront of communication. What they're buying is a house. And frankly, what they're buying more than a house is the host experience of hospitality, this idea of belonging. And so we realized very early on that we are an online to offline business. In fact, in China, they call it O to O, online to offline. But we kind of started, I don't know if you could, I think the sharing economy, we're kind of like a next wave of the internet. So there was a wave of the internet, things online, Amazon, books online. There was another wave of internet, connecting together, LinkedIn, Facebook. But then there's another wave of the internet going back into the real world. And Airbnb was one of those examples. And so we started storyboarding the experience and realizing it's really about every moment of the experience. And we have to be responsible, not just for the online part of the product, but the offline part of the product. And so that's what we did.